Welcome to Savitribai Phule Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Renuka Junior College. Myself Uttikar R.A. I am the staff of Biology Standard 12th. Today we are going to start our first lecture. Our topic name is reproduction. In this section, we are going to take a look at topic number 1, reproduction. Reproduction is the production of young ones like parents. Reproduction is an essential process as it leads to continuation of species as well as to maintain the continuity of life. Means what? Reproduction is a very important process for the continuation of the life. Whenever there is a production of a new young one, then there is a production of a next generation. So for the continuity of life, reproduction process is a very essential process. Each organism has its own particular method of reproduction. Means what? There are various organisms surrounding us, and that organisms reproduce in a various methods, or there are many methods of reproduction in many organisms. All these methods generally fall into two categories. Means reproduction are of two methods. A sexual mode of reproduction, and second one is a sexual mode of reproduction. As its name suggests, asexual mode of reproduction means there is a no fusion of sex cells, and second one is a sexual mode of reproduction means what? There is a fusion of two sex cells. Today we are going to concern about the asexual mode of reproduction. As its name suggests, asexual means there is a no fusion of the gametes. So let's see what do you mean by asexual mode of reproduction. Asexual reproduction does not involve fusion of two compatible gametes or sex cells. Here the word compatible gametes means what? For the fusion of the gametes we require mother cell and father cell. Means there are two parents. Two parents have two sex cells, and that two sex cells are from female it is a ovum, and from a male it is a sperm. So they are said to be the compatible gametes or a sex cells. So in asexual reproduction there is a no fusion of two gametes. See the second point. It is the process resulting in the production of genetically identical progeny from a single organism and inherit the genes of the parents. आता बघा, it is a process resulting in a production of genetically identical progeny means what? The same genes are carried by the organisms which have the parents. Means parents and offsprings are genetically identical. They have exact copies of their genetic material to their parents. No any variation will be there. Such morphologically and genetically identical individuals are called clones. Now see the definition of a clone. Morphologically and genetically identical individuals are called as a clones. Means what? In asexual reproduction there is a production of clones. Progeny is also very important word, as well as clones is also very important word related to asexual mode of reproduction. So today we are to concern about the first method of asexual mode of reproduction, that is fragmentation. See, multicellular organisms can break into fragments due to one or other reasons. Now let's see, multicellular organisms can break into fragments due to one or other reasons. Here take the example of a Spirogyra. Spirogyra हे एक शेवाळाचा प्रकार असतो, आणि जेव्हा शेवाळ हे ब्रेक होतं तेव्हा एका त्याच्या फ्रॅगमेंटपासून दुसरा नवीन पूर्ण ऑर्गॅनिझम तयार होतो. देर इज अ प्रोडक्शन ऑफ अ न्यू ऑर्गॅनिझम फ्रॉम अ सिंगल फ्रॅगमेंट. देअरफॉर वी कॉल दिस प्रोसेस ॲज अ फ्रॅगमेंटेशन मेथड. These fragments grow into a new individuals. So fragmentation process is very easy process. In this process many organisms are produced in a very short duration of a time. Therefore fragmentation shows us a highest growth of a sexual mode of reproduction. The second point related to asexual mode of reproduction is a budding. बघा, it is the most common method of asexual reproduction in unicellular yeast. As we seen earlier, fragmentation have a multicellular organisms and budding is occur in a unicellular organisms. The unicellular organisms are nothing but the single cell organisms. As its name suggests, uni means single and cellular means a cell. The organisms which have only single cell in them is said to be unicellular organisms, and budding is occur in a unicellular organism. Usually it takes place during favorable conditions by producing one or more outgrowths. Now unfavorable condition means what and favorable condition means what? Favorable condition is nothing but the good condition, good temperature, good pressure, good oxygen level as well as good carbon dioxide level will be there, then we call it as a favorable condition. Favorable conditions मध्ये ग्रोथ खूप जास्त असते, कारण आजूबाजूचं जे वातावरण असणार आहे ते चांगलं असतं, त्यामुळे ग्रोथ ही खूप छान होते. व्हॉट डू यू मीन बाय अनफेवरेबल कंडिशन? व्हेनेवर हाय टेम्परेचर, high pressure, low oxygen value or low carbon dioxide value will be there, then there is a production of a very low organisms, means their growth is very low. So budding is occur only in a favorable conditions. बघा, usually it takes place during favorable conditions by producing one or more outgrowths, means outgrowth is nothing but the buds. These buds on separation develops into new individual. Whatever bud is created, that bud will grow into a new organism. See the diagram of budding in a yeast. Here they take the example of a yeast or yeast one. The largest one, जो खालचा सगळ्यात मोठा सेल दिसतो आहे त्याला आपण मदर सेल म्हणत असतो, आणि वरच्या ज्या आउटग्रोथ झालेल्या आहेत त्याला आपण बड म्हणणार आहोत. सो व्हेनेवर budding will be there from a single mother cell, there is a production of a chain of buds, and whenever that buds get separated, या बर्ड्स जेव्हा सेपरेट होतात तेव्हा नवीन ऑर्गॅनिझममध्ये त्या तयार होऊन जातात. The third method of asexual mode of reproduction is a spore formation. Here they take the example of Chlamydomonas. बघा, in Chlamydomonas, asexual reproduction occurs by flagellated motile zoospore which can grow independently into new individuals. Whenever unfavorable condition will be there, as I said earlier, in budding process there are two conditions, favorable and unfavorable condition. So spore formation occurs in unfavorable condition whenever high temperature, high pressure, low oxygen value and low carbon dioxide value will be there, then there is a production of asexual mode of reproduction, that is a spore formation. Whatever parent cell will be there, see in a diagram there is a parent cell, that parent cell is said to be the zoosporangium. Zoosporangium is nothing but a mother cell, but that mother cell have a coating on them. Whenever harsh conditions are there, for the survival point of view, the mother cell create a thick coating on it, therefore it called as a zoosporangium. Millions of cells are produced in that cell, and whenever a favorable condition will be there, means good condition will be there, then that parent cell or zoosporangium get burst out, and from that burst out process many spores are come away from that parent cell, and that spores are said to be the zoospore, and that zoospore live independently and grow into a new individual. See in the textbook, motile zoospores which can grow independently into new individuals. So spore formation is also a process of asexual mode of reproduction, but in a unfavorable condition. Our next point is about the vegetative reproduction. See, what do you mean by vegetative reproduction? Plants reproduce asexually through their vegetative parts. What do you mean by vegetative parts? Root, stem, leaf, buds and fruit. and flowers. These are the some parts of the parts of the plants, and they are said to be the vegetative parts. Means what? From that parts whole plant can grow. Therefore they are said to be the vegetative parts. Hence a new plant formed are genetically identical to their parents. As we all know, there is no any variation related to plants reproduction. So plants do the vegetative reproduction by their vegetative parts. There are also few methods which would not occur naturally in the plants. Agriculture and horticulture exploits vegetative reproduction in order to multiply fresh stock of plants. Now whenever we want a variation, then we have to follow many methods of horticulture. See, agriculture and horticulture exploits vegetative reproduction. Means what? As we all know that there are multicolored rows, two color rows, yellow and red combination is there, or black and red combination is there. Then how they happens? Through the methods of horticulture. Okay. Artificial methods are used to propagate desired varieties according to human requirements. Means what? Whatever our requirement is there, if we want multicolors, if we want many fusions of many colors, then we follow the vegetative mode of reproduction, that is a horticulture. It is an artificial method of reproduction. Let's see, the various methods are as follow. The first method is a cutting one. Baga, the small piece of any vegetative part of a plant having one or more buds is used for propagation. That is a stem cutting, for example rose, bougainvillea, leaf cutting, for example sansevieria, root cutting, that is a blackberry. So whatever vegetative parts are there, they take the three examples in this method. Cutting means what? We cut the small part of the vegetative part, or you can say there is a production of many characters having a single plant, but by cutting method. If we cut the stem, we take the example of a rose or bougainvillea. If we cut the leaf, then we take the example of a sansevieria. If we take the root cutting, then we take the example of blackberry. कटिंग मीन्स व्हॉट? जस्ट एक पार्ट, स्टेमचा पार्ट कट केला जातो किंवा लीव्सचा पार्ट कट केला जातो आणि तो दुसऱ्या प्लांटवरती ग्रो केला जातो. त्यामुळे काय होणार आहे की वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे कटिंग होऊन वेगवेगळ्या व्हरायटीज आपल्याला तिथे मिळतात. सी द सेकंड वन, दॅट इज अ ग्राफ्टिंग मेथड. हियर parts of two plants are joined in such a way that they grow as a one plant. See, two plants have different characters, and that different characters get joined with each other by a particular method, and whatever plant is grown, it has a two plant characters. In this method, parts of a stem containing more than one bud, that is a scion, is joined into a rooted plant called as a stalk, is called as a grafting. So scion and stalk is a very important words related to grafting method. Scion means what? The part of a stem containing more than one bud. Whatever bud we are taking from another plant, it is said to be the scion, and on which plant we are going to stick it is said to be the stalk. Whereas budding is also called as a bud grafting, in which only one bud is joined to the stalk, for example apple, pear, rose, etc. Thank you. Our next lecture will be on the reproduction in plants. Thank you.